Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. We are doing a foundation review today and I'm super excited about this one. We are talking about the new Tom Ford foundation. Who does not love a review on a new Tom Ford product? Seriously. So I'm very excited for today's foundation review. We're testing out the new Tom Ford Soleil. This is the Flawless Glow Foundation. Anything with the word glow in it, I'm like, check, let me try that out. I love a good like radiant look to my skin. So this just, was calling my name. Tom Ford can call my name any day. And yeah, we're gonna test this one out together today. I picked this up in the shade Tawny. It's in a serum type of consistency like this. It has a dropper type of application. It's very lightweight. It's very serumy. It is like a gel serum type of texture. So basically this is an $87 foundation. That is quite an expensive foundation. It is supposed to be lightweight. Like I said, it's a gel serum type of consistency. This is supposed to have a sheer to medium type of buildable coverage. This foundation is also supposed to give you a satin finish that adds a nice glow to the skin, but does not add shine or like a greasy look to your skin. Also has an SPF of 30 in it, which for me personally, I am not a big fan of SPFs being in my foundation. I always put an SPF on like during my skincare routine. Always much more effective, much better protection for your skin if you apply an actual SPF to your skin before makeup. So the fact that there's SPF in here, really doesn't matter to me at all. But there is 23 different shade options with this. Again, I got the shade Tawny and it is actually a pretty good match. It's what I'm wearing right now, obviously. So 23 different shades. This is oil-free, paraben-free, alcohol-free, and I believe fragrance-free. I kind of quick scanned the entire ingredient list. I did not see fragrance, so I'm pretty sure it's fragrance-free. There is a lot of like extracts and fruit extracts in here that's supposed to give it a unique like moisturizing complex to it that's going to give you that glow to your skin. So this is what we're going to be testing out today. Like I said, it is what I have on right now. So if you want to see me apply this foundation, see how it looks going on, and then I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night, see how it holds up, final thoughts, see if this is worth the big $87, then stick with me. We're going to jump into this video and let's get started. All right, so first things first, we're going to prime the skin first and get it ready for makeup. I'm going to use this. It's the First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. I've been really loving this primer lately. I've been using it every single day. It's really good. It keeps your skin like a little bit more matte, but not dry at all. It comes out in this like kind of like lotiony forms, like a gel lotion. I don't know what it is, but the consistency is nice on the skin. It feels good on the skin and it keeps your skin flawless, pore-free all day. So I'm just gonna put this on my T-zone. All right, so here you go, new Tom Ford foundation. Super exciting, super luxurious. All right, I'm gonna shake this up. I am going to open it. As you saw, it's like a dropper form like this. So what I'm gonna do is actually, I think I'm gonna just, you know what, how am I gonna apply this? I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. Oh, I think the shade is actually gonna be perfect. It's super, super liquidy. It's a serum, so it's runny, it's liquidy. I'm just gonna take it and dab it on my skin. And it says that you can like build this up. So it's kind of sheer to light at first, and then you can apply a little bit more and you build it up to like a medium. So I've been reading. So I'm gonna use my damp beauty blender and I'm just gonna kind of bounce it into the skin. Okay, so that is the first kind of pass and first application, and yes, it is very, very sheer at first. It kind of just evens out your skin tone just a little. It's very sheer for sure. So let's add a little bit more. I'm gonna see what another kind of layer does and see if we can build it up a little bit. Okay, so there's just adding like a second kind of layer, and it definitely does build up a little bit, but it's still, I don't know, I definitely don't think, for me personally, that I would say that this is like medium coverage. It's still kind of light. It's really light on the skin. It feels really nice on the skin. It dries down. It's got like a slight little like tacky feel to it, but it's definitely drying down. But looking up close, it looks really nice on the skin. It doesn't look like foundation sitting on the skin or anything like that. It actually looks like your skin. It's just not like a lot of coverage, but that's always good too. You can spot conceal with concealer and just touch up little areas where you want to conceal with actual concealer. That's kind of what concealer is meant for. So I like foundations like this because I don't like to feel like I have a foundation on, and this one's very, very light on the skin. So we're gonna leave it at that for now. The color match is decent. I wouldn't say it's like my perfect match. It's a little bit light and a little bit yellow, but we can make it work with concealer and all that, which I'm going to actually do right now with you guys. I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Peach Corrector first under my eyes. I'm obsessed with this stuff. Oh, it's so good. It really cancels out any darkness and brightens up, and I love this Peach Corrector. So I'm just going to blend that out under my eyes. Oh, seriously, I mean, when you put that on, look at that. You don't even need concealer on top of it. It just makes your under eye so good. But of course, I'm gonna add a little concealer on top anyway. But just using that first really makes your need for like a lot of concealer just so much less. Leaves the under eye so bright and perfect. Oh, obsessed. I'm gonna take the C9 in Jeffree Star Concealer as well. I'm gonna take a little bit of that, and I am just going to go over that corrector. And I am gonna go over like these areas here too, like I usually do with concealer, just to brighten everything up and kind of just spot conceal like any redness or pimples or anything going on. And that's why I don't mind a lighter coverage foundation, because you really can just take a concealer and a little bit goes a long way. You can just spot conceal and then your whole foundation is just very light and natural looking, but you still can cover, you know, any areas that you want to cover. And it's like a really nice, like easy, flawless, like more natural look, you know? So now that I have my concealer on, I'm looking at the foundation and I'm like, oh, like it actually looks really good. It gives a really beautiful glow to the skin. And yeah, just adding a little coverage where I need a little bit more coverage, super easy. But the finish of this foundation is gorgeous. It's definitely like, gives you that nice like glowy like radiance to your skin. So that I absolutely love. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Jeffree Star powder. This is in the shade Rose. And I'm gonna set the under eye and kind of set the face, like the T-zone with this powder. I'm gonna take it on my sponge and I'm just gonna set everything. This powder is really nice too. It sets your concealer so beautifully. So there's the foundation and concealer as is right now. I do like this foundation and how it looks. It definitely is more of a light coverage, definitely more sheer on the first pass. But, you know, adding a little concealer where you need it, definitely, I really like it now. It feels really nice on the skin. I like the radiance and the glow that it gives for sure. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go apply the rest of my makeup, put everything else together for the day. I will check back in with you guys so you can see the finished look, and then I'll go about my day and see how this foundation holds up, see what happens throughout the day, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna check back in with you guys shortly with the rest of my makeup on. All right, here I am with the rest of my makeup on for the day. This is the final look for the day. I absolutely am loving how everything came together. I got, you know, blush, bronzer, highlights, everything going on top of this foundation. And I can say that this foundation looks absolutely amazing when like the whole finished look is put together. When I just had the foundation on, I was kind of like, like, I don't know how this is gonna go. It wasn't my favorite type of look. It's definitely more of a light coverage foundation, but once you conceal, once you have, you know, the rest of your products on, it really, really looks beautiful. It feels like absolutely nothing on your skin. It is super lightweight. I am really loving how this makeup look came out for the day using this foundation, so I'm excited to go about my day and see how it holds up. Fingers crossed that it holds up really well and stays looking really good like this, because honestly my skin looks like skin, it looks flawless, and it just feels like nothing, which you guys know I'm all about not feeling any makeup on my face. This is definitely a foundation I will reach for if it holds up. So I am gonna go about the rest of my day. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night. We'll see how it holds up, see, you know, how the entire makeup look is wearing on top of this foundation. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll see you guys at the end of my day. All right, so it is now 7:30. I put this foundation on around 10 o'clock this morning. So it's been a good, what is that, like nine and a half hours since I applied this foundation. And I will say it hasn't held up to what I was hoping. I had to touch up a little bit and blot down the center of my face around the 3.5 hour mark. I just got really like shiny and too oily looking. It was a nice glow, but it was just a little bit too much for me at that point. So I was actually out and I took my Fenty Invisimatte powder and I just dabbed down the T-zone a little bit because I was like, okay, I have to like finish up my day here and I can't look like a complete, just like, you know, oily mess. So I did touch up just a little bit while I was out. But other than that, now I have not touched up for the rest of the day. And I want to zoom you guys in so you can see my forehead is starting to get a little bit shiny again, but the T-zone on my nose specifically is starting to break up. Now, I don't know if that's because the powder that I applied on top of it, sometimes certain powders, when they mix with like certain foundations, sometimes I see that they break up the foundation a little bit more. So I will try this foundation again with another setting powder on top because that completely does make a difference. Just some powders work better with some foundations and sometimes they don't work as good together. So that's just something you always have to keep in mind. So if you're testing out a foundation and you don't like it with a certain powder, just try it again with a different setting powder and you might have a completely different outcome. So I did use the Jeffree Star powder on the T-zone and, you know, setting the T-zone of my face over this Tom Ford foundation. So next time I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna try it with my like osmosis powder or something like that. Okay, so remember, this is 7:30 at night. This foundation has been on all day long. You can see on my nose, you can see where it's like breaking up and the foundation just does not look that good there at all. It's just like separated. It's just not holding up very well on my nose area. But again, I kind of think, I could be completely wrong, but I'm just maybe thinking it could be the powder mixing with that particular foundation. Like I said, I'm gonna try it with another powder and see how it goes, but you can see how the rest of my makeup looks. The rest of my makeup has held up. You can see like on my forehead, it's starting to kind of get a little bit too shiny for me again. That's kind of how it was after 3.5 hours. Just my T-zone was just too shiny, too glowy, and I just had to blot throughout the day. But you can see after that touch up how the foundation has held up. It's not that bad. The only area is just that my nose. It's just not looking pretty on my nose right now. Okay, so final thoughts on this new Tom Ford foundation. Again, this is the Flawless Glow Foundation. It looks like this. This is an $87 foundation. So let's just keep that in mind. $87 for this foundation. I will have to say for me personally, it is not my favorite foundation, especially for $87. I feel like I have much better foundations. I am combination to oily skin, so my initial thoughts and first impression might be that this foundation would work better for someone who has more normal to dry skin because it does give you that really pretty glow and that really pretty like radiance to your skin, where if you have more oily skin throughout the day like me, my T-zone just look too glowy. So for, you know, normal to dry skin, this might be your like best foundation because it is super pretty on the skin. When you apply it, your skin is just like automatically like radiant and glowing and just like everything that it says. I think dry skin, normal to dry skin people, you will absolutely love this. Again, remember though, this is a more light coverage foundation too, so it just depends on what you're looking for. But I think if you have normal to dry skin and you're looking for a more light coverage foundation that kind of gives you that like glow and supple look to your skin, then this is one you might want to give a try. For me personally, it just didn't work out to my foundation high standards. So that's just my feedback. That's my thoughts. That's just what happened to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, are you going to try this foundation? How do you think it looks on me? You guys will let me know in the comments down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are not already. But yeah, that wraps it up for today's foundation review. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.